Welcome back to another edition of Value My Vote 2011 one-on-one with the candidates. And we're joined by a 2nd District Council candidate, Mr. Anthony Hamilton. How you doing, sir?
I'm well, yourself.
Oh, I'm just right. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having
taking
me.
the time out. And can we get a tune before we get started, or you don't sing?
No.
Not that Anthony Hamilton. Okay.
Not that one.
So you're making a run. The 2nd District, for the voters to know, is now going to be vacated by current Councilman Nicholas Diadamo. And it's ironic, though, in that district, which has long been held by white council people, you have young African-American energy running in that district. Why is Anthony Hamilton running this year?
Well, I'm running, Hassan, because I believe that it's time to bring the government back to our communities. I believe that for too long that our communities have been underrepresented in all of the decisions that have been made for Baltimore City. I believe that our current councilman has done a great job in representing those districts. However, I believe that it's time for change and new innovation and ideas to come into play.
Okay, so what is the vision that Anthony Hamilton has that you're giving to the voters for your next 4 years if you're elected?
Well, one of the highlights of my campaign is education. I have years of experience as an educator, and I certainly believe that Baltimore City can do a better job in that area. Baltimore City is the only jurisdiction in the state of Maryland that does not particularly run its own school district. Our school district is managed by the state, and there have been efforts and attempts to take over the school system and bring about more accountability. However, because of the fiscal situation we're in currently, we've been unable to do that. However, I want to look at different ideas, resources, and things of that nature to bring about the opportunity as well as the drive to do such thing. District 2 has great schools, but we also have some schools in District 2 that are used as warehouses for those more problem children. And I'm a believer that all children need to be ingratiated together so that they can learn from one another, those good behaviors, those bad behaviors, as well as our teachers need to be supported in what they do every day. And I believe that that's the job of the local government, especially the city council and the mayor.
Well, speaking of that disparity, 15% or so of the total city budget goes to education, where 40 to 45% at the end, after supplementary budgets and stuff towards the end of the year, go to crime and public safety. Will you, as a council person, kind of trying to change that disparity and that gap between funding?
Absolutely. I believe that if we redirect our dollars to the preventative type measures such as education, we won't have to spend as much money in corrections and public safety, because our children will have the opportunities that other children across the nation have to be better, more contributing citizens in their communities.
Are you in favor of an appointed or a elected or a hybrid school board?
I am in favor of an elected school board. I believe that the members of this community should have the opportunity to choose who their leaders are, especially when it comes to schools, so they can more effectively convey their thoughts, their vision, and their decisions regarding their children.
One of the biggest issues we found from the Value My Vote side that the people had voted on in the poll was education, of course, being number one, as well as vacant housing. What will you do to tackle that problem as a council?
Well, the city has made major efforts in trying to, do programs and initiate programs with regards to the housing problem that we have, especially as far as blight and the vacancy value program that's just come out. I recently heard that the mayor has expanded the program to include all city employees and not just teachers with home ownership assistance. And I believe that, I think that we need to expand that program a little bit further, especially those individuals that are living in public housing who have never thought of owning their own home. And if we do that, we take those houses, find the resources to rehab those properties, and it helps in improving the tax base as well as the quality of life in our city.
Like I said before, it was a multitude of candidates that are running in this year in the 2nd District. Why should the voter who is watching this vote for Anthony Hamilton on September 13th?
Well, I think the difference between Anthony Hamilton and the rest of the candidates is that I'm one of them. I'm just a regular person. I think that many times in the election process, in the political process, we make our candidates celebrities. I'm a normal person with the normal struggles of everyday life just like everyone else. And I think that it's time for the average citizen's voice to be heard at the top.
those who are watching may want to learn more about Anthony Hamilton, may want to contact you or get involved in your campaign, how can they do such?
Absolutely. They can visit our website at anthonyahamilton.com. They can also contact my campaign manager, Mr. Sean Maldon, at 301-736-3333.
Okay, well, Anthony Hamilton, thank you so much for giving us your time. We
Pleasure's
wish
mine.
you well in your quest to become the Baltimore City next councilman for the 2nd District. This is Value My Vote 2011. We'll be back with more right after this.